My sister doesn't deserve to be a mother after the cruel choices she's made and the truth I know. My sister, Clara, is pregnant. She announced it on social media with a perfectly curated photo shoot, all glowing smiles and soft lighting, talking about how blessed she feels and how she can't wait to meet our little angel. Every comment is gushing with congratulations, calling her an amazing mother-to-be and such a natural. And every single comment, every single well-wish, feels like a punch to my gut. Because Clara doesn't deserve to be a mother. Not after the cruel choices she's made, and certainly not after the truth I know, the truth I've been forced to carry in silence for nearly a decade. Clara is 32, I'm 30. We grew up in what most people would consider a normal, loving family. Our parents were supportive, we had a good home. But Clara was always different. She had an uncanny ability to charm adults, to manipulate situations to her advantage, and to make herself seem like the perpetual victim when things went wrong. She was never caught. Her lies were always just plausible enough, her tears always just convincing enough. I, the younger sister, was often the scapegoat or the silent witness to her schemes. This isn't just sibling rivalry. This isn't me being jealous because she's always been prettier or more popular. This goes so much deeper. The core of my torment, the reason I can't stomach the thought of her holding an innocent baby, happened when we were in college. I was 20, she was 22. Clara was dating a guy, Liam, who was genuinely a good person, kind, earnest, and completely devoted to her. He came from a very wealthy family, which I think was a significant part of Clara's attraction to him. Clara, being Clara, had a secret. She was secretly seeing someone else, a guy named Ethan, who was older, charismatic, and completely unavailable. He was married with kids. It was a clandestine affair, and I, unfortunately, became privy to it because she used my apartment as a safe house for her rendezvous with Ethan whenever Liam was out of town. I protested, I begged her not to, but she used every trick in her book. Guilt trips, you're my sister, you have to help me. Threats, if you tell, I'll make sure Mom and Dad never trust you again, and emotional blackmail. I'm so confused and lost, I need you. I was young, terrified of her wrath and desperate for her approval, so I stupidly complied. I hated myself for it. Then, the unthinkable happened. Clara got pregnant. When she told me, she was surprisingly calm, almost calculating. She wasn't upset, she was already thinking. It has to be Liam's, she declared, her eyes cold. But what if it's Ethan's? I whispered, my blood running cold. She had been seeing Ethan around the same time she was with Liam. It was a very real possibility. She just stared at me. It can't be. Liam will marry me. Ethan never would. And his family. Liam's family would ensure we'd be set for life. What followed was a horrific, weeks-long nightmare. She manipulated Liam into believing the baby was his. She forged dates on doctors' notes to align with their relationship timeline. She put on a masterful performance of a terrified, vulnerable young woman who just wanted a loving family. Liam, bless his naive heart, fell for it hook, line, and sinker. He was overjoyed, immediately proposing, eager to do the right thing. My sister forced me to be her accomplice in this elaborate lie. She made me swear on our dead grandmother's grave that I would never breathe a word. She said if I told anyone, especially Liam, I would not only ruin her life, but also destroy our family. She painted a picture of our parents' disappointment, of the shame that would fall upon us all. She knew how to push my buttons, how to make me feel responsible for her choices. I was trapped. I witnessed her actively ensure Liam was present for the first ultrasound, the first flutter. She orchestrated every photo, every announcement, carefully crafting the narrative of their loving journey. All the while, I knew the chilling truth that this baby might not be his, and she didn't care. The baby, a boy named Leo, was born. And the moment I saw him, healthy and beautiful, I felt a fresh wave of agony. Because he looked exactly like Ethan. Not a spitting image, but the features, the shape of his eyes, the set of his jaw, the particular curve of his mouth, they were Ethan's. Not Liam's. Liam had dark hair and eyes. Leo had light brown hair and a lighter shade of eyes, just like Ethan. Liam, blinded by love and fatherly pride, never saw it. Or chose not to. Everyone else, our family and friends, just cooed over the baby, remarking on how sweet he was. But I knew. I saw the ghost of Ethan in that innocent child's face every single day. For 7 years, I watched Clara live a perfect life, built on a foundation of deceit. She and Liam married, bought a beautiful house, and had another child, who, thankfully, looks undeniably like Liam. She's the doting mother, the perfect wife, the pillar of our community. And all the while, I carried her secret, watching Leo grow up, an unknowing pawn in her cruel game. I loved Leo. He was my nephew, an innocent child. But every time I held him, every time I saw him laugh, a part of me felt sick with the knowledge of how he came to be, and the man who thought he was his father was being so profoundly wronged. I tried to talk to Clara about it again, years later, begging her to consider telling Liam, or at least getting a discreet DNA test for Leo's sake. She just laughed in my face. "Don't be ridiculous, my name. It's been too long. It would destroy everything. You just need to keep your mouth shut." She even accused me of trying to sabotage her happiness out of jealousy. Now she's pregnant again, with another baby who will enter this carefully constructed, false reality. And the thought of her nurturing a new life, acting like the virtuous mother she presents herself to be, while having so flagrantly disregarded the truth, fairness, and the immense trust of a good man, it makes me want to scream. She's a fraud, a master manipulator. She doesn't have the integrity, the honesty, or the moral compass required to guide another human being through life. She built her entire adult life on a massive lie, forced me to be complicit, and feels no remorse whatsoever. She sees no issue in letting an innocent man raise a child who may not be his, simply because it benefited her. How can someone so utterly devoid of genuine empathy be a mother? How can I stand by and watch her continue this charade, bringing another child into this deception? I often wonder if I should tell Liam. The truth would shatter his world and Leah's. It would break up their family. But is it fair for him to live a life forever? Is it fair to Leo? The weight of this secret is crushing me. My mental health has suffered immensely, riddled with guilt and disgust. Am I wrong to feel this way? Am I just projecting my own pain onto her? Or is it truly monstrous for someone who has committed such a profound act of deceit to be celebrated as a blessed mother? What would you do? What is the right thing to do when the truth would cause so much devastation, but the lie is so fundamentally wrong? I feel like I'm drowning in moral ambiguity.